Welcome to the last episode of Season 1 of Rewind, the drag racing show where we check out all of the action from past events. And in this episode, we're actually going to be checking out our top 20 runs from around drag racing in different organizations. That means PDRA, NMCA, DuckX Productions, all of it and everything in between. And all of the footage for this video is provided by SpeedVideo. Now we're going to be checking out record-setting passes, fast side-by-side races, and all other intense action from around the sport. Now, the first category we're going to be checking out is called close races, saves, and wheel stands. This first clip is from the U.S. Street Nationals in 2019 at Bradenton Motorsports Park. The drivers are Dwayne Mills and Jason Horde, first-gen Camaro versus first-gen Camaro, and Horde actually packs the tires in this one past the stripe.
Finish line, Horde 420 with a 2 on the rear tires at 153 miles an hour.
In this next clip, we're going to be checking out World Cup finals from 2019 at Maryland International Raceway. The driver is Joel Granis, and you're going to want to watch the far lane and see this incredible save.
On board here, right hand side, little naturally aspirated. Joel Granis going to be rolling the gears. Look at that wheel stand coming out both sides. Oh, man.
He saved it! How in the... Woo! I'm just going to flat say it. How the hell did he save that? Wow!
Moving on to our next clip, we're at Lights Out 11 at South Georgia Motorsports Park. The drivers are Marcus Burt and Mark Mickey, nitrous versus turbo. Now, both cars leave extremely hard. They are radio versus the world cars, but Burt goes for a little bit of a wild ride.
A great job of driving right there. Put your heads together. Holy smokes, talking about go for a flight.
Now we're moving on to our next category called Hole Shot Wins and Close Races. This first clip is at the NMCA All-American Nationals from 2018 at Summit Motorsports Park. The drivers are Sean Ayers and Daniel Ferris, Pro Charger versus Turbo. Now this is an insanely close race between two very competitive racers. Let's check it out.
Drag race here, 433 to $165 for Ayers and Ferris, a 432, 171 miles.
For this one, we're checking out COVID-8 2020 at Orlando Speed World. The drivers are Sean Ayers and Melanie Salemi. Both are blown pro mods, and this is an insanely tight race, but there's a huge hole shot advantage. Let's check it out.
Look at Ayers, he's straight in, put it in advance. Oh man, front of the air, top of the charge, who's it going to be? It's going to be Sean. Huge hole shot. Wow. 0:15 reaction time for Sean Ayers, driving himself to the final round.
In this next clip, we're going to change it up a bit and check out TX2K from 2020 at Houston Raceway Park. And the driver in this one is Keith Howarth. And watch the Lamborghini in the furthest lane as he makes history.
Here we go. We're side by side. Colin and Kevin. We're green. Kevin's away. Colin trying to come back. It's going to be Kevin. Look at that. 236 miles an hour. Oh my.
On to the next one, we're heading back to COVID-8 2020 at Orlando Speed World. The drivers in this one are Marcus Burt and Stevie Fast Jackson. Both of these drivers are at the top of their game, and in this race, it shows exactly how competitive this class really is.
Passes in. Here comes Marcus Burt. They're off the starting line within 1,000th of a second. Stevie in the front end, but it's Burt. 360 flat beats a 3609.
For the last video in this segment, we're going to check out COVID-8 from 2020 at Orlando Speed World. The drivers are Roger Holder versus Ziff Hudson. Now, this is the fastest side-by-side Pro 275 race in history. Let's take a look.
Let's see what he can do. Can Holder go back number one? Top end charging at 385 and a 6 right there. He steps it up by 100th of a second. 386 to the 022. We talked about the quickest.
Moving on to our next segment is record-setting passes, and we're going to start off with World Cup Finals from 2016 at Maryland International Raceway. The driver is Mark Carlisle and his turbocharged C6. And in this next clip, we're going to see Mark reset the independent rear suspension quarter-mile record.
Problems there for Mendez. We're looking for Carlisle. Can he go in the 50s? Top end. Yes! 654, 223. Mark Carlisle picked up a 1/10 of a second.
For this next one, we're going to take a look back at Lights Out 10 at South Georgia Motorsports Park. The driver is Tim Slavens in his turbocharged first-generation Camaro, and in this clip, Slavens actually reset the record in radial versus the world at the time, so let's check it out.
Put him in the beams, here we go. Already looking at it. Slavens goes 362 with a 1, ladies and gentlemen, 217 miles an hour, new record, I believe. That is a new record, 3.621 seconds.
In this next clip, we're going to be checking out World Cup finals from 2018 at Maryland International Raceway, and the driver you want to pay attention to is Rob Goss in his Pro-Charged Dodge Challenger, and in this next pass, Rob Goss reset the track record for the class.
There goes Goss, 113 short, he says, see you later. 683, 206 miles an hour for Rob Goss.
Let's take a look back at Lights Out 10 at South Georgia Motorsports Park. The driver in this one is Matt Bell in his twin-turbo Fox body Mustang, and he makes an incredible pass and resets the record in LDR.
190 miles an hour, it lowers the boom in a 001 reaction time.
We're going to stick with Lights Out 10 at South Georgia Motorsports Park. The driver in this one is Mark Rogers in his turbocharged Mustang, and this is a really good race, but Rogers comes out on top, and he actually reset the record in the class.
7.5 Mississippi's later, look at Rogers right there, 108.60 foot on his way out there, 453. God bless America, look at that.
Moving on, we are going to be checking out World Door Slammer Nationals from 2020 at Orlando Speed World. The driver in this one is Carl Brunette in his turbocharged 4-cylinder. Now, Brunette actually reset the quarter-mile drag racing record for a 4-cylinder powered car. Let's take a look.
Laying it down, moving left, bring it back right. Can we see it? Up and charge! 595 at 230 miles an hour. Put your hands together, baby. That's right.
In this next clip, we're heading back to Lights Out 11 at South Georgia Motorsports Park. Manny Bajinga is the driver in his turbocharged Mustang, and he sets a new world record in X275.
Manny's going to be second in. Bujinga 109.60 foot time and takes it to the house for 173. A new record in X275.
Now we're going to be taking a look at the U.S. Street Nationals in 2020 at Bradenton Motorsports Park. The drivers are Stevie Fast Jackson and Marcus Burt, both very competitive racers, and they face off a lot. It's a really close race, but Stevie Fast comes out on top and sets the new record for radio versus the world.
The engine of this car is shocking.
Put it in the beams! Look at Stevie Fast up and charging it.
Record!
54 with a 6. Put your hands together right there, ladies and gentlemen. Bam! What about that one, Lone?
For this next one, we're going to head back to World Door Slammer Nationals from 2020 at Orlando Speed World, and the driver you want to pay attention to is Justin Bond. Now, these are going to be back-to-back passes because Justin Bond resets the record in his Pro-Charged Hemi Camaro and backs it up at the same exact event.
29, moving around a little bit. Look at Wolf staying with it. Let's see if he can put down a pass. Top end going to go 562 at 254 miles an hour. Holy smokes, Justin Bond.
Such a big part of going 250 plus mile per hour, so some of them are just not viable. Here we go.
Moving around a little bit, can he back it up? Top end charge, gonna lay down, gonna 562 with a 3. He says, I'll make it even quicker.
In this clip, we're going to head back to the U.S. Street Nationals in 2020 at Bradenton Motorsports Park. The drivers are Ron Green versus Jody Boyle. Now, this is blower versus turbo, and Ron Green takes the win and resets the Pro 275 record at the same exact time.
Green laying down a big number right here. Oh, goes toward the center line, brings it back up in charge, going to 383 with a pew!
victory.
And for our last clip, we're going to be checking out COVID-8 2020 at Orlando Speed World. The driver is Mark Mickey in his twin-turbo big block powered vehicle. And Mark Mickey has always been near or at the top of every single class he's raced in. And this next one shows exactly why as he resets the record in Pro 275.
Twice a tire, Mickey, top end charge, can he do a 3?
Record!
82 with a 2. That's a world record, baby.
They repeated the run they were trying to make before. 102.4 60-foot time, 262.7 quicker than he was to 330 earlier.
And that does it for season 1 of Rewind. Thank you to all the viewers and listeners. We really appreciate your support, and make sure to stay tuned right here on SpeedVideo for all of our new shows coming out weekly.